Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Friday Fragment. This is a weekly meme hosted by James over at booksheclub.blogspot.com. And this week I am going to read to you from The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. And this is one of my favorite books of the entire year and is currently in tie for first place for the best book of 2010 with Lucy Christopher's Stolen. To read my full thoughts on The Sky is Everywhere, which I pretty much gush fantastic over this book, just look over in my sidebar and head over to the top 12 list and you will find it there listed under my pick for March. The Sky is Everywhere is an awesome book, as I said. It is the story of Lenny and her family as they kind of deal with the loss of Lenny's older sister, Bailey. And this book is told from Lenny's point of view through text and then poems that Lenny writes throughout the novel. The section that I'm going to read from you is it happens right after Lenny's Graham decides that the house needs a cleansing ritual because she's a bit of a hippie. And so she enlists the help of Joe, who is a boy who's new in town and is in Lenny's class, and they kind of like each other. And his brothers come over to help because, you know, the Fontaine boys are just needed in like almost every scene because they're just filled with awesome. So they come to help clean out the house, and so yeah. And then the Toby listed in the scene is actually Bailey's brother, Toby. Not Bailey's brother. Bailey's boyfriend, Toby. Let's get it right, because that would be kind of like incestuous. Okay, back to the book where there is nothing incestuous that goes on. Okay, so I'm sorry, I cracked myself up. I don't know why, but I'm not going to re-record unless this freezes. So, okay, reading from The Sky is Everywhere. Serious face. The Fontaine boys are like a litter of enormous puppies, rushing and swiping at each other, stumbling all around, a whirl of perpetual motion and violent affection. I know it's ungenerous, but watching them, their camaraderie, makes me feel lonely as the moon. I think about Toby and me holding hands in the dark last night, kissing by the river, how with him I'd felt like my sadness had a place to be. We sat sprawled out on what is now our lawn furniture. The wind has died down a bit, so we can sit without being pelted by fruit. The chicken tastes like chicken, the plum tart like plum tart. It's too soon for there not to be one bite of ash. Dusk splatters pink and orange across the sky, beginning its languorous summer stroll. I hear the river through the trees sounding like possibility. She'll never know the Fontaines. She'll never hear about this dinner on a walk to the river. She will not come back in the morning or Tuesday or in 3 months. She'll never come back. She's gone and the world is ambling on without her. I can't breathe or think or sit for another minute. I try to say I'll be right back, but nothing comes out. I just turn on my back on a yard full of concerned faces and hurry toward the tree line. When I get to the path, I take off, trying to outrun the heartache that is chasing me down. I'm certain Graham or Big will follow me, but they don't. Joe does. I'm out of breath and writing on a piece of paper I found on the path when he comes up to me. I dish the note behind a rock, try to brush away my tears. This is the first time I've seen him without a smile hidden somewhere on his face. You okay? He asks. You didn't even know her. It's out of my mouth, sharp and accusatory, before I can stop it. I see the surprise cross his face. No. He doesn't say anything more, but I can't seem to shut my insane self up. And you have all these brothers. As if it were a crime I say this. I do. I just don't know why you're hanging out with us all the time. I feel my face get hot as embarrassment snakes its way through my body. The real question is, why am I persisting like a full-fledged maniac? You don't? His eyes rove my face, then the corners of his mouth begin to curl upward. I like you, Lenny. Duh. He looks at me incredulously. I think you're amazing. Why would he think this? Bailey is amazing. Graham and Big, and of course Mom, but not me. I'm the two-dimensional one in a 3D family. He's grinning now. Also, I think you're pretty, really pretty. and I'm incredibly shallow. I have a horrible thought. He only thinks I'm pretty, only thinks I'm amazing, because he never met Bailey. Followed by a really terrible, horrible thought. I'm glad he never met her. I shake my head, try to erase my mind like an Etch-a-Sketch. What? He reaches his hand to my face, brushes his thumb slowly across my cheek. His touch is so tender it startles me. No one has ever touched me like this before, looked at me the way he's looking at me right now, deep into me. I want to hide from him and to kiss him all at the same time. And then, I'm sunk. I think his acting like a brother stint is over. Can I, he says, reaching for the rubber band on my ponytail. I nod. Very slowly he slides it off, the whole time holding my eyes in his. I'm hypnotized. It's like he's unbuttoning my shirt. When he's undone, I shake my head a little and my hair springs into its habitual frenzy. Wow, he says softly. I've wanted to do that. I can hear our breathing. I think they can hear it in New York. What about Rachel, I say. What about her? You and her? You, he answers. Me. I say, I'm sorry. I said all that before. He shakes his head, and it doesn't matter. And then, to my surprise, he doesn't kiss me, but wraps his arms around me instead. For a moment, in his arms, with my mind so close to his heart, I listen to the wind pick up and think it just might lift us up off our feet and take us with it. And that's an excerpt from The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson, which, if it's not on your book sales, it should be. And that's it for this week's Friday Fragment. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week.